A new stream, which people probably don't know, but if I'm talking into the void, then I'm talking into the void. Yeah, that's what always happens eventually. Every time. Disconnect. Yeah. Well, in case nobody shows up, I hope everyone had a good time in the previous stream. And I'll just keep making the comic here. Just relaxing with my Frigate Orpheon Metroid Prime music. No, I forgot to put the back onto this TV here. So, I am going to cobble together something for it to be suspended with digitally. Since I'm only using blacks, though, I guess I'll just do, like, the implications of what's holding it. The shadows of some object. Or I guess at this distance it could just look like it's a black structure that's keeping it suspended. Yeah, whichever works. Gotta get multiple pages made a week, so yeah. I'll take what I can get from the reader's interpretation at times. What makes it easiest to keep going. It's always just a background element that people won't care about, that I only care about because I'm the one thinking about it while I'm making it. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. All I was saying about the UFOs was, like, if UFOs were, like, confirmed to have been sighted in this day and age, people probably wouldn't care too much. Like, they'd be like, oh my god, they're here! Okay, now what's on Netflix? And just go back to doing whatever they were doing. But, the desensitization of the notion happens with a lot of things in society over enough years or decades, usually decades, if not centuries. Put in the little guy at the table here, have someone walking in the background over here. Just make the place look like it's being used and lived in. Yeah, sometimes it's a bit cumbersome to have to, like, come up with all the people in the backgrounds of scenes. Like, it's work, but it's something you need to do to make things feel alive a lot of times. Yeah, if the stream ends up getting disconnected again, I'm just going to leave it dead after this. But for now, we're going, so, welcome back, versus Valentine UFOs. Yeah, I remember back when I originally made the place that this is taking place in. It's some restaurant, and like, I first drew it like 2 years ago for the comic I was working on back then, which is like, that one takes place the night before the one I'm making now. And so what I did was I just kinda came up with well, there's a singer on stage to make it feel more like an actual place. And so I came up with all these music notes to decorate the wall with and stuff, just to give it a little personality to the place. And this guy here is actually someone that's an actual character, but he's not going to be relevant really until probably years from now at the rate I'm going. He's for a later saga. I have so much stuff thought out. My only hope is that I survive long enough to be able to get to those points. I guess I'll dot these. Oh well, I'll probably check that out after the stream, Daniel. Yeah, sorry about the disconnect, but you know how it goes with me. If it disconnects again, I'll just end the stream and do all the rest of the stuff off screen. Hopefully it's not been too boring for you guys, or too irritating or anything. On the upside, when I looked after I got disconnected, the stream was not, like, blocked or anything this time, so I don't have to go through the hassle of finding what track to take out of the stream. That previous stream, the one we're on now, is still up in the air. But we'll see what happens after this is done. Doing art is always a good time. Well, I mean, unless you're in a horrible situation, like you're doing it because you're angry or something. Or if you have a gun pointed at your hand forcing you to do art, which is like a really, really strange demand, but I know there's all sorts of crazy people out there, so... Yeah, when I walked down to the plaza the other day, I did go to the plaza the other day. Yeah, when I was walking down there, there was like this crazy guy that came across the street in front of traffic while I was walking. He started talking to me, and eventually I just gave him some like pennies and stuff, and he was like thanking me and saying, like, trying to get me to take a candy wrapper because it was like meaningful or something. He tried to give me a donut, and I just sorta said, no, you can keep all that, I'm fine, I'm just heading to eat. My only thing I was looking for was if he had like a knife or something. But I think he was just some crazy guy. There's all sorts of people. For instance, I am a hungry person. Yeah, negative emotions can aid in the artistic process. If you're being held at, like, gunpoint to do it, though, I think there's more issues than just that concern. But that is a very specific hypothetical scenario that I've never heard of anyone really encountering. I've seen videos of people breaking into houses before. My favorite is, like, on Freakazoid, when, like, there's these interviewers who are like interviewing the cop Cosgrove, and they get a call for a disturbance, and it's someone breaking into someone's house. And the guy comes out with a TV, and Cosgrove, the cop, he's like, "Hey, stop that." And the guy's like, "I'm sorry, man," and goes back in and puts the TV and comes out, and they arrest him. It was just hilarious. Yeah, gunpoint would be a pretty big distraction. I've encountered a knife, but as far as I know, I haven't encountered gunpoint before. Yeah, I don't know if I'd... I'm just going back and thinking through all the situations or stuff I've been through throughout my life. I think I've held a gun before, but haven't had one drawn on me. Haven't ever used one, but... Unless you count Resident Evil, then everybody uses them. Resident Evil. Metal Gear. Yeah, I'm always down for a good classic Metal Gear or classic Resident Evil. Oh, you're just ruining the fun, Misasa. What is the most action-packed video game you guys think you have played? I think mine might be Jet Force Gemini. There's so much explosions and just insane amounts of gunfire and stuff. That or Vector Man. Vector Man's a pretty explosive one. I'm just going to put in some implications of shading here. It's sort of a half cross-hatching without doing too much of it, just to sort of give the idea that there are shadows, to give a texture to it so it's in the background more easily, like your eye will figure out more easily that it's in the background. Yeah, this is a track that I always used to draw things to. Do I want to add black to this? Yeah. Well, I do know Call of Duty is very... well, it's the standard action-packed shooter. I've never played one of those. I've played Star Wars Battlefront, like the 1 and 2 on the PS2. I love those games, they are so addictive. Jet Force Gemini, the body parts and blood just go flying everywhere when you shoot things. It is insane the amounts of gore in that game. But it's with giant bugs and stuff, so it's not like... Well, you can kill teddy bear-looking creatures that are all cute and stuff. That is pretty horrible. But you're supposed to save them. You killing them is an accident. Unless you're just going out of your way to be a jerk. And I'm sure, yeah, people probably do that. They do have a, like, counter for... The way you unlock cheats in Jet Force Gemini is you pick up the severed heads of the bugs. And if you pick up enough, it unlocks a cheat. But there's also a, like, list for how many of the heads you pick up of the cute teddy bear guys. It doesn't give you anything, but it keeps track of it, so they obviously know people were going to kill the teddy bear things. Oh, well. Conquer was made by the Jet Force Gemini guys, so you'd be right at home there, Misasa. That's Rareware. The kings of the platformers. Did Banjo, Kazooie, did Conquer, Diddy Kong Racing, Battletoads, Donkey Kong Country. I think they had a hand in Star Fox 64. They did Star Fox Adventure, that was their last title on a console of Nintendo's before shifting to Microsoft. They did Blast Corps. They did all sorts of things. They were insane. Yeah, listening to this music, I'm just thinking of Metroid Prime now. Another great studio, Retro. Although now they just do the Donkey Kong New Country whatevers. But that's all because Nintendo mandates it. I was always more of a Sega person than a Nintendo one back in the... Well, I guess now it would be old days. Sega Genesis and Dreamcast for life. Or I guess Sega Mega Drive in the UK. Well, not the UK, it's like everywhere except America is the Mega Drive. Because I know the Mega Drive logo is on the Japanese cartridges and stuff. Am I on the last Doko already? How am I getting this done this quick? I never work this fast. I guess the distractions really do get in the way. I know I can get a page made in a day if I try, but that's like if I'm doing nothing else. Down, 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 down. Sometimes I worry if I'm gonna run out of things to talk about when I do videos like this, but usually I can keep going and, like, just... oh, I'm talking about this, and then this will come up from that, and then it just keeps going on and on and on. I'm getting kinda hot in here, though. Just this cut-off room. Oh, you're drawing a background, Masasa? Or am I? I'm assuming you, because there's a background here. Which, however it turns out, I'm sure yours will look fine. I do like that little version of me that you made the other day. That was pretty cute. And now you have a version of me that you can do whatever with in your stuff. I just liked how I was not expecting the blue and green in there, and that was a nice... I don't know if it was intentional, but it was a nice touch to do the colors I always use. And Doko's just happily looking at his plate of food he got. Yeah, backgrounds... oh, well. I guess I'm not evil, then. I can be maniacal. And all you have to do is want to take over stuff and build weapons of mass destruction to murder people with. Broadcast your plans to a city and ask heroes to come try to stop you. Well, you are given more effort than I tend to sometimes in my animations. A lot of times I end up leaving the stripes off now because it's more stuff. In the animations, it's more stuff to, like, draw every millisecond, but... yeah, canonically, would you even say canonically for what I do? I still do the stripes every now and then for the design. Originally, I had intended to also have a logo on the shoulders of my outfit, like my coat in that design I do whenever I animate myself in the videos. And it'd like be, I forget what it was it... I think it was an E, it was like this. And you can see that design in the rough draft of one of the animations in the Earthworm Jim video at the very end of the video. If you're looking at the, like, beta version, the rough draft of me talking, you can see it on some of the frames. But I ended up leaving it out because it was just too much work to animate that every single time. Yeah, you might love overcomplicated patterns, but I can guarantee you would not love animating that. Like, at least not traditionally animating it. 3D animation where you could pull models around would be fine, but, like, traditionally animating it, you would take so many months to get all the little details moving right. Hand drawing, all that stuff. But your stuff always looks nice and pretty, so... it's always nice in the still images you do. Oh, well, I assumed that you would be putting chat messages up once you saw that I was around. Yeah, I was probably going to see... I assumed you had something to look at afterwards, so I was probably gonna do that right after I got finished streaming. Yeah, I'm about as hungry as Doko looks there. Oh, well, that's delightful. As long as I'm getting paid, though, that's okay. Now, I can definitely animate one of your things, it just takes work and funding and time. That's about all there is to that. Which, if any of you want, I know you already know, but I am always available to do commissions for you guys, or anybody in the future that's watching these streams afterwards. Just contact on wherever, usually DeviantArts where people contact me. But Twitter, Discord, whatever. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying the idea, Masasa. If you... I can try to teach you how to do animation and send it back to you once you've figured out how to do it, so that I don't have to sit there for as long. Although somehow I have a feeling that you are okay with me handling everything. Right now I'm just handling coloring. This is nothing to like... Coloring part here, all it is just time consuming. It's like... It's not hard, I'm just sitting here. And it's happening over the course of hours and hours and hours. Oh, well, you are just piling on the joy that is going to end up being animated, aren't you? Well, I do know how intricate your designs get, so I kind of expect a challenge. Although it will cost money, that is not a... Animation is never a... I'm just gonna do this, wake up one day, and I'm gonna make things move. Yeah, unless it's like a really, really rough animation, that's not usually how the animation goes. I have done that before, and it is nice to like just see it that quick. But at the same time, you're looking at it and it's like, this looks like garbage. And then you want to fix it, and then you get stuck doing that for like weeks on end. If not... if not months. Sorry. Dry throat. I have been talking for hours. I am going to drink water. Ugh. Yeah, I think you said something on the DeviantArt chat, Bowyer. I can't remember exactly what, but I think you mentioned your sister or something. I have another commission I'm doing at... well, I'm gonna get started doing at the moment. I've had things interrupting process this whole week with, like, real life stuff and all that, but... And then I have the Patreon sketch I'm doing. But that's just a sketch I can, like, do in, like, a fraction of a day. Those are easy. Okay. Is this done? Have that. Have that. I'll put the edge down here. And then I think I'm set to just color things, like, fill it in. And then that'll have the main portion done. Zoom into 200, take away the layer that's like the normal paper layer. Peh. Yeah, prices... The whole project is something that'll obviously be discussed later. What's this? Music? What do I have here?
Do you ever feel like breaking down?
Oh, that.
Do you ever feel out of
A classic.
like...
Nope. I can probably come up with something more peaceful to listen to. Or more Japanesey. Yeah? Here we go. Oh. Oh, you really have gotten into the brush-making business then, haven't you, Misasa? I remember showing you how to do the brush editing. I've only ever really made one brush for GIMP, and that's just so that I have a good pressure to work with. Just to get it feeling more like an actual, real utensil. Although on this version of GIMP, that's hardly something that I really understand. I was showing you when I was on the Windows 7 GIMP that I have. I'm on the Windows 10 computer right now, and GIMP is similar on this, but it is different. It takes a lot of... There's the same tools, but it's laid out slightly different, and you have to, like, really experiment to figure your way around what you already know is supposed to be there. Sort of like swimming through Jello kind of feeling with the learning process for the new version for me. Oh yes, having all that stuff makes things way easier. Oh well, I'll just send you my computer then and you can edit it for me. It'll be in the mail by Monday. Yep. Left click always brings up the menus and stuff. I remember, I Wanna Be the Guy, the game, well, I Wanna Be the Guy, the movie, the game, which was this horrible game that is designed to make you angry. It has this function where in older computers, if you press shift too many times, it would come up with this screen that would say, do you want to activate sticky keys? And what they did is, in the game, they made one of the functions that you do, like jumping or attacking or something, they made it the shift button, so that you would accidentally activate that and make yourself mess up in the game. And that is one of the most evil uses I've ever seen of something, like someone doing a function for a video game. Well, whichever works. I'm sure it'd be fine if you got a big box and it had a bunch of broken computer parts in it to put back together because they messed up the shipping on my thing. Oh well, this will be a good learning experience for you then, Masasa. I did slanted pupils in the eyes in that Catherine Rocketworm Lem picture I did the other day for the bird she's riding on. The eye holes themselves are just like circles though, because she always does circle eyes, I think, in her artwork. It's kind of how she did the dragons and big broody and stuff when she draws them. This is a contender for my favorite Transformers theme song. The old theme, like the original theme, always was just weird to me. Like, Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons. It's like they're like talking more than singing, and it's just always felt weird to me. I love the music, but the actual lyrics are not what I would go with. Now, Transformers Animated makes a pretty fun version of it. Yeah, it is fun streaming and stuff, getting to interact in real time with viewers. Although, admittedly, I don't have that many. But it's always nice to see you guys here. I am going to be so hungry when I get up. But yeah, if we end up getting disconnected again, I am just going to leave the streams off instead of restarting another one. How close I am to the end of this now. Yeah, I've never had much of any viewers compared to other YouTubers versus. You are one of the honored few here today. I've never understood how to get popular. I just make stuff and hope that eventually people will see and enjoy it. And that I'll find some way to survive in the interim. There have been some quick finishes on here. We've gotten disconnected in the middle of certain things at times in my streams. But this one seems to be going steady for now. What are you doing? Oh. I see. And switched over to the layer that I was trying to inspect, so it wasn't having the calligraphy tool mark on the right layer. You gotta love Japanese openings. Let's get some Metal Gear going. This is one of my favorite pieces of music in the Metal Gear series. Yeah, it's... I think Zanzibar Fields is what it is. It's the theme in Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. I think when you're going around Outer Heaven there. Or technically the second Outer Heaven, Zanzibar Land. Made for the MSX2 computers in Japan. Metal Gear 1 was on the MSX1. They could only have sprites be one color, so what they do is Konami would, they'd take multiple sprites and put them on top of each other to make it look like the characters had different colors at different parts. Developers would always have to come up with little tricks on how to do that stuff back whenever you had systems that had limitations. Crash Bandicoot was designed the way he was so that you'd see, the big cartoony features on him. That's why he's relatively simple. Yeah, Metal Gear 2 is arguably my favorite Metal Gear game, but so is Solid 1 and Solid 3. Between those three, I don't know which I'd choose as the best. They're all great for their own reasons. Yeah, there's been a lot of crude humor with Metal Gear stuff over the years. I remember Ego Raptor, he did that whole Metal Gear Awesome Newgrounds sketch back before YouTube. Or I guess nowadays people know him as Aaron from Game Grumps. Personally, I always preferred JonTron for the Game Grumps stuff. Although I never really cared much for Game Grumps, because they would not focus on the games at all, they just talk. Which is fine, but it's when I'm watching a Let's Play, I want to see the game being, paid attention to and played. But JonTron he's been the more funny one to me, usually. Especially with his Flex Seal Flex Tape Saga. Ugh. Dry throat. Ugh. Yeah, with Metal Gear, it kind of gets... Solid 4 is where it goes downhill for me. I love all the games before that, but once it gets to there, it's just kind of, alright, I'll take it as the ending. Then after that, it's like, what are you... Why are we here? What are you doing? Stop messing up the backstory. That's Kojima. He just looks at things as their own individual games and not really think about the connection as much between titles. Which he's fun with making games, but his way of storytelling gets a bit irksome to me sometimes. Yeah, with Metal Gear being based on, like, 80s action movies originally, this track makes me kind of feel like it's some covert cartoon from the 80s that it's from. Why are we still here? Just to suffer. A question that all ask themselves eventually. Guess that's kind of the whole theme of Final Fantasy VI with Kefka's "Why do you go on? Why do you live when you know you will die? Why do you create when you know it will eventually be destroyed?" All that nihilism. Great villain, but completely insane. I think I have all this... Wow. I actually have everything all colored and filled in for once, on stream. You guys are seeing this. Well, it's not done, but it's like... the base part of it is completed. So, I'm going to save this, and then this is what I do. Let's see. Doodling? No. Open. Heroes, Villains, Waning Warrior. Come on, open up. Alright, here. Now this is the page that I have been using to line up how the pages are lined up ever since this page, which was like last comic, the first page of the previous comic. So, what I do, I merge this down, merge down. Wait, hold on. Let me see something. Okay. Then copy this and make a new layer, paste it, and then you can make the opacity lower. And so what you do... Ow. 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 Okay. Ouch. Ow. Let me get that off. What you do is you see how these are lined up. Just go up and down with the keys on the keyboard, the arrows, and adjust the bottom and top line to get it as close as possible to the page underneath it. And that is how you keep it as, like, lined up with the previous pages. But I use the same page every time for lining up, so that it doesn't... I don't, over time, make it go lower or higher from just doing it on different pages and that messing up in the interim process of it all. Yeah, let's see. Okay, I think that's lined up pretty good. Then what I hear, what I do... Why aren't you letting me... Okay, here. What I do? See how that is? See how that is. Okay, it needs to come to the right some. So let's try it again. See how that is? Yeah, that might be good. Might be. Might be. Yeah, it looks like it's good. Then we go down here. And see if the number is lined up. Where's the clone tool? Okay, here we go. Numbers line it up. Okay. Just... Well, I think I'll raise that a tiny bit. Yeah, just want to get it in line with the number on the previous page. So, once we raise the opacity back up, it should... Yeah. And congratulations, you have sat through how to make a comic page, the way that I do them. Yeah, there's still some things to touch up on this before I put it up, but this has been the main part of how to do all this. Yeah, I'm gonna put something on this poster here and edit some of the lines to make them all look right. Like, this needs to be fixed. But from here on out, it's just little small details. Okay. Yeah, I think that about covers things. Not really sure what to do, because I've never gotten to this point in a stream. It always disconnects before now. So, okay, well, first I'm gonna save this so that it... Of Heroes and Legends, page 33, combining. Don't want to lose that. And now, yeah, I guess, here's an Infinity Train Valentine's Day thing. Happy Valentine's Day! Yeah, I'll get that worked on, and this worked on. I guess maybe I'll just end the stream here, because this is pretty much wrapped up now, and I'm pretty starving. All your burritos and burgers and sweet potato fries and brownie cakes are really starting to make my stomach growl. So, I guess thank you all for joining me. This has been a very fun time. And I guess I'll see you all later. Bye-bye for now.